Lesson 16. Compare two three-digit numbers using less than, greater than, and equal to. Let's look at Lesson 16 homework. Number 1. Draw the following values on the place value charts. Answer the questions below. So the first thing they want us to do is draw the value on the place value charts. So I'm going to label my number, hundreds, tens, and ones, and I'm also going to label my chart itself. So I know exactly where I'm drawing my discs. All right, it says 200, 4 tens, 1 1. I'm going to represent that by drawing 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 1 1. All right, the next number, 412. I'm going to label my number, hundreds, tens, ones. Label my chart, hundreds, tens, ones, and start representing. I have 4 hundreds. I have a 110 and 2 ones. Last number. Label my number first. Set up my place value chart. I have 100, 2 tens, 4 ones. All right. Now I need to answer the question below. Order the numbers from smallest to greatest. So I'm looking for the number with the value that's worth the least. There's more than one way to figure this out. I'm going to look at the numbers themselves. I can either look at these, or I can look at the representations that I made on the place value charts. To me, I'm a visual person. I like to see the place value charts, and I can see the discs and which number is worth the least. Right away, I can see that 124 is the number that is the smallest or is worth the least amount of value because it only has 100 and the others have more than that. So I'm going to list this number first, 124. Then I'm going to look at the other two numbers. I'm still looking for the number that is now the smallest number. I have this one that has 400s and this one that has 200s. Well, it's very clear to me that 200s is less than 400s. So I'm going to list the number 241. And that only leaves us with 412, which is the greatest number. And I, of course, want to check it to make sure that I put the numbers in from smallest to greatest. 124, 241, and 412. That one was pretty simple. Let's go ahead and look at the bottom of the page. Number 3, write greater than, less than, or equal to. We're going to write that in those little circles between the two numbers. Some are going to require us to do a little more work, and some of them are just going to be shown to us using the digits. So I see 100, a circle, and 99. In class, you may have been taught that an alligator type symbol. If you think of the mouth of the greater than as an alligator, it wants to eat the larger number. So the 100 is larger than the 99. He wants to eat more, so he wants to eat the number worth the more value. Let's look at the next one. 316 and 361. If you again think about the alligator mouth, he's going to want to eat the larger number. And 361 is larger than 316. So I'm going to open that mouth towards the larger number so he can chomp, chomp, chomp on that big number. Let's look at 523 and 525. The hundreds are the same. The tens are the same. The ones is what's different. I have 3 ones and 5 ones. Remember, Mr. Alligator wants to eat the number that is larger. So we're going to open towards the larger number so that he's able to eat it. So 523 is less than 525. Last one, 602 and 602 written in word form. I like to always represent my number in standard form or number form just so I make sure that I can see them in the same type of form. So 602 and 602, of course, are the same number, so I'm going to put my equal sign. Some of the ones on the right side, like 150, and then I have 90 plus 50. I'm going to have to use the strategy that we've discussed in previous lessons where I circle the tens place and underline the ones. And then I'm going to set up my spots. And I'm going to add up my ones first. 0 plus 0 is, of course, 0. And I'm going to put it in the ones place because those are the numbers that I added. And then it has 9 and 5. So I'm going to say, what's 9 plus 5? It's 14 tens. So that's 100 and 4 ones or 14 tens, another way to name the number. So I'm looking at 150 and 140. Remember, Mr. Alligator wants to eat the number that's worth the most. And of course, 150 is larger than 140. So you want to open that mouth towards the larger number, 150. The next one, 9 tens, 6 ones. I'm going to put it in number form, 96 and 92. Remember, he wants to eat the larger number, so I'm going to open up that mouth. And 9 tens, 6 ones is greater than 92. Next one, 6 tens, 8 ones. Change it to number form. And I'm seeing 50 plus 18. If I circle my tens place and underline my ones, I'm going to set up my place to represent my number. 8 and 0 is 8. And then I'm going to add my 5 and my 1, which is 6 tens. So I'm looking at 68 and 68. Well, that's the same number, so we're going to put our equal sign. Last one, 84 take away 10 and 7 tens, 5 ones. Let's work here. Same method. Circle the tens, underline the ones. Okay. If I say 4 minus 0, it's still 4. And 8 tens minus 1 ten is 7 tens. I'm looking at 74 on this side. The other side, I have 7 tens, 5 ones. The two numbers I'm going to be working with are 74 and 75. Remember, you want the alligator mouth to be open towards the larger number, the number worth the largest value. So it's going to face the 75 because it is worth the most. 74 is less than 75, or you can say 84 take away 10 is less than 7 tens, 5 ones.